How's it going, everybody? IncogM back in another video. Obviously today you already know what's going on. This is the Monotype Battle Association and I'm here with Tori.
Heyo.
And today we're just gonna be introducing the teams, talking about the week 1 preview, of course. So yeah, I picked out everybody pretty early on, I will say. So if you weren't picked and I didn't contact you about spectating, just hit me up on Twitter. I'll hit you with a link to it and then you can spectate. But you need to specify to me if you want to do predictions, because I know some people are spectating team builders, but they're not predicting. So I had to establish that this week. So there's that. But guys, let's go and get started. So obviously the first two teams on the board, obviously the teams that are automatically in, Baltimore and Eagleville. Eagleville has the Dark type, and Jaden picked up Malamar, Hydreigon, Greninja, Mega Sableye, Umbreon, Alolan Persian, Scrafty, Bisharp, Weavile, Drapion, and Mandibuzz.
Yes, and then next we have Tep with the Baltimore Bisharps, drafting Yanmega, Armaldo, Mega Scizor, Heracross, Ribombee, Fortress, Combee, Excelgor, Scolipede, Volcarona, and Araquanid.
We also have no idea, well actually we have an idea about why he drafted Combee, but it'll be later discussed if something happens with said Combee into the season. Just to let you guys know, that's a little surprise. Moving on though, we have some nice new coaches here. We have Tailwind and Royal, aka Cruel, whatever you want to call them. They got the ground typing, and they have obviously Kaleido, Krookodile, Palossand, Hippowdon, Excadrill, Nidoking, Seismitoad, Garchomp, Mamoswine, Mega Camerupt, and Flygon. Cruel, aka Royal Messiah, is the coach, while Tailwind is the co-coach, and he'll be helping him just in case, you know, things, you know, if he can't battle, he'll be able to step in last second.
Yes, and next we have another new team, or a new coach is Devovovovovo. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Got the Psychic type, drafting Tapu Lele, Metagross, Hoopa Unbound, Latios, Mega Gallade, Celebi, Mew, Victini, Necrozma, Slowbro, and Espeon.
Yep. Moving on.
Very clean logo.
Oh yeah, very clean logos from both of them actually. Speaking of another new person, we have Pantros. If you guys have seen at least one of my videos, which should be out this week. I think he's in the Uber's Live. He's also in the NU Live, I believe. But look out for that. The Uber's Live should be out this week, as this video will be out too. He is the Garden City Golems. Oh, I didn't even say the Galashio Galvantula. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Tailwind and Cruel. That was their name. But Garden City Golems, Rock type, Pantros, Nihilego, Lycanroc, Midday, Tyrantrum, Mega Diancie, Macargo, Tyranitar, Shuckle, Terrakion, Cradily, and Rhyperior.
Yes, I don't think I mentioned that Devovo is the Essex Excadrills. That's going to be hard for me to pronounce for the rest of the season, so this is going to be a struggle. All right, the next team is coached by Dark. He's the Johto Joltix, getting the Ghost type with Mimikyu, Aegislash, Mega Banette, Hoopa Confined, Golurk, Oricorio Sensu, Gengar, Dusclops, Blacephalon, Jellicent, and Frostlass.
Yeah, if y'all don't remember Dark was in I want to say, he wasn't in the first monotype, but he was definitely in the DDL Season 1, if you guys remember. Shout out to those who were there. But next up, you already know we have King back at it again in my leagues again with the Nova Noivrins, and he made this logo himself, of course. He has the Mega Pidgeot and the Blissey, Silvally, Beware, Meloetta, X-Blood, Porygon 2, Cincino, Diggersby, Chatot, and Snorlax, obviously repping the normal type.
Oh yes, and next we have new coach Tag, who's heading the Orange Ink Octilleries, got the Fairy type, drafting Tapu Koko, Mega Mawile, Tapu Bulu, Azumarill, Klefki, Primarina, Togetic, Clefable, Granbull, and Alolan Ninetales.
Yep. And obviously we gotta keep going here. You know, we got the Rochester Wreck Bags and a new coach, Juan. Got that nice electric type. He has the Zapdos, Rotom-Mow, Magnezone, Raikou, Rotom Frost, Mega Ampharos, Heliolisk, Alolan Raichu, Rotom Wash, Alolan Golem, and Galvantula.
Oh yes, and next, with I think the cleanest logo of the league, except for maybe another, is blue. Blue's back with Team Free Slurpees. Got the steel typing, drafting Magirna, Skarmory, Heatran, Ferrothorn, Doublade, Alolan, Dugtrio, Magneton, Empoleon, Bronzong, Stakataka, and Jirachi.
Yep, and now we have the last two teams, I believe. We obviously have your boy. Obviously, we got
oh my goodness.
the Sub-Zero Cyndaquils out here repping the Dragon type. What's good? Got Zygarde 50%, Latias, Naganadel, Kyurem Black, Regular Kyurem, Mega Guard, Chumkamo, Haxorus, Goodra, Noivern, and Salamence. You already know what it is.
Yes, and last but certainly not least, Grizzy is back. The Twin Leaf Teddiursas with the flying type. Got Celesteela, Landorus Incarnate, Thundurus Therian, Togekiss, Dragonite Landorus Therian, Hawlucha, Mega Charizard Y, Gyarados, Tornadus Therian, and Honchkrow.
Yup. And now we're going to be revealing who the matchups are, of course. But first, as I mentioned probably at the beginning, spectators, you guys get to predict as well. And obviously we had about, I think, 7 people were actually going to be predicting with us. And I just, made it into a form. So here we go. So, Baltimore, Rochester, Essex and Gala Shields, Garden City and Eagleville, Sub-Zero and Orange, Slurpees and Twin Leaf, and Johto Nova. The spectators chose Baltimore 100% of the time, Essex 100% of the time, Garden City 57.1% of the time, as well as Sub-Zero and the Slurpees 57.1% of the time, and they chose Nova with an overwhelming 71.4% of the time. So, with that out of the way though, let's go into who we picked for this week. I might put this at the end of actually, our predictions, whatever have you. We might do it separately. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but if you guys like this or you want it at the end, so then you guys are exposed to the matchups first. You guys are exposed to the matchups first and then what they chose, or maybe you want to be exposed to what they chose, then what we chose. Let me know in the comments, by the way. We might decide via comments, maybe just via me and Tori talking. But let's go ahead and get started. So, obviously, Baltimore and Rochester are playing first. Or we're not playing first, but, they're first on there. And, Tori picked Baltimore, I picked Rochester. Honestly, in my own opinion, Rochester, despite not being, Tep obviously won the last league. Juan is pretty new to my leagues, of course. And I don't doubt, Tep is going to pull something out of his ass and win. He obviously has a really dangerous team. In my own opinion, though, I feel like the electric typing is really good to have. And additionally, there's a lot of coverage that Juan could potentially have to take care of Tep's team, but I do think that it is going to be a very close match in my opinion. It's going to take a lot, but I definitely think Rochester will definitely pull this out. Tori?
Yeah, I just think Baltimore just has the better team, and I just have very many hard counters against the Baltimore's team. I think it's definitely going to be a close match, but I think Baltimore just has the better tools under his belt, and also I think Tep's performance in other leagues. Since I don't really know Juan's battle style, I'm also going off of that. But yeah, I think Baltimore's going to take it.
Yeah. Moving forward, though, we obviously have Essex versus Gala Shields, and Tori picked Essex. I picked Gala Shields. Tori, why'd you pick Essex?
So for one thing, I just think that Essex has just a bomb-ass team, has Muse right there, has a whole bunch of power. I think it was definitely hard for me to pick which team would win. I think Gala Shield also has a lot of power on the team, especially if Sand it comes up, it's going to be a wash for Essex, but I think in general Essex just has more power, more options, and more versatility to counter what Gala Shield could bring to the table. See, just if you want to tell me why I'm wrong, why you think I'm wrong.
Listen, all right.
Go ahead.
So, Gala Shield obviously and Essex obviously, both teams have great battlers on them, I just think with Essex team, there's a lot of frailty when it comes going into this match, right? So, obviously we have a lot of good, checks to this team. Something like Crocodile is going to be affected by Psychic typing. Even something like Cladle's it's not going to be very effective. Even something like X0 with that Steel typing, despite not being as bulky. I definitely think the strategy that can come out of Galaxy is definitely going to be very important to keep mind of. I don't doubt Essex is not going to do a lot in this matchup. It's just the frailty of a lot of mons like Celebi if you have bug, like any move, if you have anything to get rid of Slobo early on, even Necrozma before it gets set up, Espeon and Tapu Lele are also a few mons, even something like Hoopa and Bound if you use a bug move, of course. Just different mons here and there that can definitely get taken out in one shot, and I definitely don't doubt Essex's ability to play, but Galicious definitely has a lot of Pokemon that could start as setup sweepers or just start with a Scarf, and they could just go through this team like nothing. But obviously we'll find out as the match goes on, as the week starts. But yeah, I definitely got Galashield's winning. Next up though, we have Garden City versus Eagleville. I picked Garden City while Tori picked Eagleville, of course. I picked Garden City despite knowing Jaden, despite how Jaden plays, and knowing that Jaden's a really good battler for the most part. I definitely think that this Panthers' first league, apparently, first one. And I definitely want to give him the benefit of the doubt this time. He has a really nice typing. Obviously, Rock Polish is going to be the name of the game when it comes to trying to set up and sweep, besides Dragon Dancing Tyrantrum and Dragon Dancing Tyranitar. And even then, I definitely think that Panthers is going to automatically have Rocks up. He's going to try his best to get them up, obviously, with Magic Bounce, Mega Diancie. Not Mega Diancie. Well, yeah, Magic Bounce there too, but Magic Bounce, I think, Mega Sableye as well. But even then, he'll get Rocks up, he'll do his best, and given the Pokemon he has, I don't doubt Jade. Like, a lot of these games are really hard for us to choose, and we're just being, very, very, clear about this, These were hard games to pick, but I think Garden City with setup sweepers can definitely do a lot of work. I think Panthers just needs to set it up correctly in order to win the match. Why'd you pick Eagleville, Tori?
So I picked Eagleville mostly because one thing, I know how Jaden battles and I don't know how Panthers battles, so I'm going with picking the team that I know who battles very well. And also I think the Dark type is Eagleville has a very interesting team, and I think that there's a lot of versatility there. Definitely some bulk to be had there, and I think this will probably be, it was definitely a toss-up for me to pick who's going to win the game, but I think Eagleville has a bit more options. I mean, Greninja's right there. We have Magic Bounce, Mega Sableye. We have Umbreon that could bulk up or just can be very bulky and just be a support monster against Garden City. And yeah, I just think in general, I think Eagleville just has a better battling strategy that I know that Jaden has, and then this is a team I think in general has some options to play around with.
Yeah, definitely. And you said bulk up on Umbreon. I got scared. I was like,
well, not bulk up. I'm not bulk up. Yeah, it's
I
just bulk.
Yeah. But moving on though. Now, y'all gonna be like, Avery, why didn't you pick yourself? And I'm like, listen. I'm facing the Fairy type week 1, my nigga. Okay? Alright? Okay, Avery, yeah? Okay. Listen, I don't even have faith in myself, goddamn knowing this. Okay, me and Tori both picked Tag in this matchup, of course. Tori, why'd you pick him?
So I think definitely the type disadvantage is definitely a huge thing. But yeah, in general, I think it's Tag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tag is the one. He has just a lot of mons that just in general can pack a punch, and then just in general will counter anything that you bring to the table. And also, but I think it could be a close match, definitely, if Garchomp is kept alive, if Naganadel is kept alive to take care of Mega Mawile, Klefki, stuff like that. But in general, I think, yeah, it's Fairy versus Dragon.
Yeah, it's a weird matchup for me personally. I'm not going to be doing any videos on this personally because I already have the Lidl League to do. So don't expect to see team builders and stuff like that from this. But I will say, for the most part, as you know, we haven't battled yet, so I can say this. Team building for this team has been rough, personally. And Klefki's going to be a very, like, I had Fairy type last time we did Monotype League, and Klefki was awful to some people. And fighting it is just going to be difficult, in my opinion. Definitely having Tapu Koko, Gardevoir, possibly Scarfed Tapu Bulu, or even Koko as well. Belligerm, Azumarill, other things, Mega Mawile in general, even stalling Clefable, just in general are going to be hard things to get over. If I had to take this from an objective opinion, even if I wasn't talking about myself, even seeing the Dragon typing against the Fairy typing, it's going to be very hard for the Dragon typing to get over that hump, having to bring non-stam moves and try and beat this team. Obviously, having the Zygarde, having the Mega Guard type is going to be very good for ground typing to kill something like Mega Mawile and Klefki, but overall, it's going to be a tough matchup for the Dragon typing to win, and I definitely think that, despite knowing how Ben plays, it's definitely going to be a close match, and I think he's going to take it. Moving on, though. Tag Ben. His name is Ben as well.
Oh, his name is Ben. I thought you were talking about that one guy, Ben. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that he's not in this league.
No, but you can interchange it. But, however, let's move on to the next match. Team Free Slurpees versus the Twin Teddiurses. So Blue versus Grizzy. We both picked Blue. This one was pretty easy for me personally. Nothing against Grizzy. Grizzy's a good battler. It's just the Steel typing going into this. Like, it was easy for me to pick, and then when Tori had, like, reminded me about what Grizzy had, then it became rougher, so I sticked with Blue. Even though Grizzy has the Landorus combination, he can only bring one of those, mind you, just in case the species clause isn't very clear to some. Mega Charizard, Thundurus, he could, Hawlucha could do some weird shit. Celesteela also could do some weird. There's a lot of Pokemon that seem basically do some weird shit. But Blue has Magearna, Stakataka, Heatran, Magneton, Bronzong. He has a lot of good Pokemon on this team that could deal with a lot of these Pokemon. How Blue goes about it is a coin flip. Obviously, Blue wants his own vengeance and his redemption, just like Grizzy does. And there's going to be a clash. I guess you could say Clash of the Titans, really. Two really good typings in this format and two really good battlers. We're going to see how each of them use their typings to their advantage, to disadvantage. Who knows? We'll see. I definitely think that Blue has this in the bag if he can get up rocks, and obviously if he can get rid of certain threats to his team quickly. Tori?
Yes, definitely. It was definitely hard for me on the outset to pick this match because I was looking at the two Landoruses, looking at the Charizard Y, but then I was also looking at Blue's team with the Flash Fire, Heatran, and the possibility of Heat Proof or Levitate on Bronzong. So I think, like, in general, it's probably going to be a close match, depending on what Blue picks and how he plays. If he switches in Flash Fire on on Charizard, that could turn the tide on the game. But I think in general, yeah, I think Blue has a very stacked team, no pun intended, and I think he's going to take it, but I think it's definitely going to be a very interesting match to watch.
This is definitely going to be a weird one and an interesting one, but I think a lot of the games are going to be generally weird, actually. But moving on to the last match, we have the Johto, Joltix, and Dark versus the Nova Noivern and King. Now this one was also iffy, like very, very, very iffy for me to pick. I was going to pick King originally, but then I really looked at it, and then I, basically just thought about it. Definitely Dark taking it is definitely something we're both thinking of. But Tori, why'd you pick Dark?
So I'm just thinking, I was, one thing, very disappointed that King didn't draft Porygon Z. I thought that could have been definitely useful to... does it get Dark Pulse? It does get Dark Pulse. You could have used, Conversion Z, get Dark typing.
No, they cannot use Conversion Z because Omni Boosting is banned.
Oh, never mind. Just kidding. I'm wrong. Ding dong, I'm wrong. That would have been cool, though. Anyway. But yeah, I think this was definitely weird to pick for me because it's like, it's normal versus Ghost. It's like, ugh. But I think Johto just has definitely more to work with than, like, the dual typings that Nova has. Like, Johto has an answer for, so it's like, we have Diggersby, but Johto has a bunch of levitating mons, but I think, Yeah, this is definitely a weird match. I think Noah should definitely put a Dark Drive or whatever on Silvally to at least have an edge on that end. But I think in general, Johto just has a
excuse me.
A tougher team to beat. Has like Aegis Slash is right there, you know, and has just a lot of power, a lot of bulk that could be used to just ruin Nova's day.
Yeah, definitely. However, we do have two. I think Chatot doesn't get scrappy, but Xbox does, I believe. So there is that. You know, King has some good Pokemon there. You know, he obviously has no guard. He has some Pokemon he could definitely use to beat this team. But given the fact that there's a lot of really like high octane attackers with Mimikyu, Aegis Slash, something like Golurk could get out of hand, Hoopa, Bucephalon, even bulkier Pokemon in the fact of Jellicent, Dusclops, and even sometimes Mega Banette, and even having other Pokemon that could be possible suicide leads like Gengar and Frostlass, and then maybe even Oricorio could do a mixture of things. I could just list off all the Pokemon over and over again and tell you what they could do, and Dark can figure out what the hell to do. Dark's strategy, though, can be classified under weird, so there is that too, but I'm not going to take it, you know, I'm not going to take that and say, oh, he's going to lose because he builds weird. I definitely think that Dark is definitely going to still build a bit more seriously, and definitely there's going to be, like, all the matches are really close this first week because we don't know how to judge them because we haven't seen them fight with these typings mostly, and even then, even if we get to see them, it's still going to be a really hard decision most of the time. But this definitely be a good game, and even just a close game, really. But we'll see how it goes for each team, of course, and all the teams all together. And that's going to do it for this week. Obviously, you guys know what it is. Give it a like, comment, also subscribe. And this has been the introduction to teams for the Monotype Battle Association and the Week 1 preview. If you want to be a spectator, hit me up on Twitter as the @ is on screen at IncogM. And, you know,
And just follow me for shits and giggles if you want.
If you're a mutual, you know, even if you're not a mutual, you know, I'll be like, we'll see, and then I'll just be like, whatever. But, you know, just let me know, and I'll probably hit you up and just hit you with a DM or whatever. Or just hit me up first, and I'll send you it. But thank you guys for watching, obviously. For me and Tori, we're going to say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
And we'll talk to you guys later.